Hello, my beautiful friends from around the world. I'm Carolee, and here I help to bring you clarity through life's toughest challenges and greatest joys. Today, I've been called to bring you a message of hope, something that has been going on in your life for a little bit, a person that has been confusing, I'm seeing. Their higher self, wants to bring you a message of clarity, and they've asked me to give you a little bit of insight about what has been going on with them to help you understand them a little bit better and maybe understand their silence a little bit more. I do see that this person loves you very dearly. They have been going through, I'm hearing, a dark night of the soul. They have been doing a lot of introspection. They have been doing a lot of grounding. They have been coming back to themselves, their true and authentic selves. And they're still saying, have patience with me. So if you haven't heard from this person in a while, or you've been waiting for them, they don't want you, I'm just going to say this right off the bat, they don't want you to wait around, right? They know, it's almost as if they know or have an inkling, a feeling that the two of you will unite at the best possible time for the two of you. 1:44 on the clock and 1:22 on the timer. They don't want you to just sit around and wait around and worry and wonder about them, because they love you so much and they don't want you to be unhappy in their absence. But they do, part of them wants you to wait for them, but then a part of them wants you to move forward with your life, and then with the understanding, the clear understanding that they know and you know that you will meet up at the perfect time, whether it's in this life, another life, or in the astral plane when this life is finished. That will happen for sure. But I'm hearing right now, all roads lead back to you. So no matter where you are in this world, in time, in the great cosmic universe, you will always come back together. All right, let's get into it. Okay, God, Source, Spirit, Ancestors, Angels, please help me bring the messages that are meant for the collective here today. I did channel some messages ahead of time. I'll read them quickly and then pull some cards for you. Silence is golden was the first thing that came to me. I am or was such a fool for you, and then in brackets, for you. So it's like they feel as though they were such a fool for the way they treated you, for the way things happened. I'm hearing the way things went down. They were a fool for you then, and they're still a fool for you now. They realize now how they treated you was unfair. They realize now how much you mean to them. They knew that you were important in their lives the last time you were together or in union together or around each other, but they still had some inner demons that they had to fight, or they had to work through, they had to integrate. They had some wounds that they still needed to heal. They had some experiences that they still needed to go through, 333 on the timer, and for the purpose of their own ascension, for the purpose of their own elevation. So that they could unite with you on the same level, because you are so much more spiritually advanced. They're showing me the High Priestess card right now, so you are so much more spiritually advanced than they are. They were a little bit jealous of you, of that connection that you have with the divine, with yourself, but they had too much darkness in the way that was blocking their connection to you, to Source, to themselves, to the cosmos, to their journey. Like, they couldn't see things clearly. They couldn't see in front of their, what's that saying? They couldn't see too far in front of their nose, or they could only see as far as the end of their nose. They couldn't see beyond that, and they really couldn't see or perceive you accurately at that time, even though their heart knew and saw you. Their soul knows you and sees you, but their wounded self, the human self, was trapped in a lot of different illusions, I'm hearing. And I hear them praying a lot. Help me walk, and this is what their higher self is saying to God, help me walk safely and securely out of my comfort zone as I try to make this right. And then they're having a lot of clarity around the precept, do unto others as you would have done to yourself. They're having a lot of clarity around that, perhaps because of some karmic situations that they've had to go through, some people that they've recently been faced with. I'm seeing somebody walking out of a door, like walking out of a doorway of illusions, or walking from one room into another. The room, they're showing me that this room is completely different than the other room. Like, it's a breath of fresh air. The energy is lighter. It's fresh. It's new. It's very clean. And I'm hearing sterile, but I think in the sense of I think they're saying sterile in like the sense of purity, right? This room that they're in right now, or the room that they're coming from, is not that. The room that they're coming from is very dark. They're showing me like dripping of like tar and blood and like things on the walls, just very unclean, unsanitary. Full of illusions, very dark, a lot of different rooms, right, that lead into another, and it's very dark and like a maze. 555 on the timer, and they're really waking up out of this illusion, out of this darkness, stepping into a brand new energy, a brand new space in their body, mind, soul, literally physically moving or entering into a new space in their lives, a segment, maybe a new home, right, something like that, a new friend group, a new surroundings, new job. Or it could be both, but it's definitely spiritually, psychically, they're saying. There's a lot of clarity, though, of how they manifested their recent situation. They manifested it by the way they were treating you, and not just you, but other people, the way they were showing up in the world, the energy that they were bringing to the world, manifested them receiving that very same energy that they were putting out before. But whereas maybe for a long time they didn't actually see the reciprocity there, they didn't see how their actions and efforts and what they were doing, what they were thinking, right, was like a boomerang flying back towards them. Now they're actually seeing the impact of their own actions, their own energy, and as it returns back to them. Like, they're actually seeing that clearly now, and they're actively, I just feel this energy of them actively wanting to be better, actively wanting to choose to show up differently in your life, but also in the lives of the people around them. Yeah, so on the back of this, because I wrote down know thyself, and they're really going deep into understanding themselves, this deep introspection work that they're doing right now is a profound part of their spiritual journey, and you had a huge part in that, in you setting boundaries, and you saying no, and you turning away from the energy that they were showing up in, you knowing your own worth, you knowing your value, you knowing what you stand for, you knowing all of those things, because you have already done a lot of that work. They didn't understand that. They didn't understand you setting your boundaries was actually for your own protection, and even for their protection a little bit, right? To teach them how you want to be treated, but also to teach that person, even if this wasn't conscious in you, even to teach that person what it means to have boundaries, what it means to love yourself, what it means to say no with love and compassion, to detach with love and compassion from a toxic situation, but intuitively knowing that this isn't for me, and I have to say no, even if it hurts, even if it feels bad, even if I love you, I can't be involved in this right now anyways. It's just not it's not healthy for me. It's not the direction that I want to take my life in, whether or not you're my soulmate, whether or not we're, kindred spirits, whether or not you're my divine counterpart. I'm still going to choose myself, and then I know that I will align with the right people at the right time. And so they're starting to realize that lesson that you have already learned, but now you have taught them through your own actions, or through you blocking access. Like, they're showing me an X, like blocking access to your energy. Profound insight into the self. So they're having profound insight into themselves, where they went wrong in the past. I'm hearing recent past, but like throughout their lives. So this could have been a recent situation that happened between the two of you, and now they're realizing 911 on the clock. So they could have gone through something that was an emergency. 911 was on the timer. So like maybe the police were involved, or something like that. Or it was a deep, alarming realization about themselves and where they were going wrong, and how they're going to make it right. How they're going to make it right for themselves, for their journey, to the people that they've hurt in their lives, to you. This isn't just just a you focused thing. They sort of detached from your energy, and clinging to your energy, and now they're focusing on purely on themselves. They know that you're a big part of their journey, whether you're together or not. They know that you've made a huge impact on them, and will continue to make a huge impact, even if it's only energetically. They're mostly focused on their own spiritual journey right now, how they're going to make it right for themselves, how they're going to realign themselves with their soulful selves, with their path, with their mission here, with the right people, with the right energy for them. Been doing a lot of praying, and seeking advice as well from I'm hearing like different authority figures or different people, whereas maybe before in their lives when you guys were connected, they were getting advice from the wrong people or listening to the wrong people, being influenced by people who didn't have their highest good at heart. And now they're seeking advice from people who they know are aligned with their own highest timeline, who are doing their own personal work, who've really delved deep into their own journeys, into their wounds, into their shadows, into their truth, right? Whatever that is for them, they're seeking the help from the right people who have actually done the work, not just people who have pseudo like read some books and said that they know the stuff, but they don't actually know it from experience. They haven't actually experienced the ascension, the evolution that comes with merging your shadows, integrating your shadows into yourself. But so now they're seeking the right advice that really resonates with the new level of awareness that they're at right now. They also have a lot more discernment to see the devil's offers, right? The devil energy. I just saw 1, 2, 3 on the timer. So before, maybe they were lured by the devil or the darkness or devil energy, right? People who were hiding behind a mask, people who were distracting them from their purpose. 11:44 on the timer. People who were distracting them, people who were trying to lure them away from their path. They see that clearly now. They're a little more discerning, and they're able to see people's intentions a little bit differently. And whereas before, I'm hearing people pleasing, so maybe before they were people pleasing, trying to please the wrong people for whatever reason. It might come out in the cards, but they're seeing other people's intentions and where they're at on their journey a little bit more clearly. And that's because they're able to interpret energies a little bit differently, people's energies, the energies that they're showing up in. And the reason they're able to interpret other people's energies or to see the devil energies or dark energies a little bit more clearly is because they've been better at integrating their own demons into their conscious awareness. They're able to make friends with their own darkness. They're able to integrate those things into themselves and not blame them or shame them or be angry at the past on where those demons, those inner demons came from their wounds, from the past. But they're able to have a little bit more compassion for themselves, for what they went through that brought them to tower moment after tower moment after tower moment they're showing me. So that's interesting. I'll leave the card right here. Silence is golden. That was the first message that came out. And again, I think that you've been wondering why you haven't heard from this person, why there's been a silence between you, and it's because they're doing a lot of healing, a lot of introspection, a lot of work on themselves. So without further ado, let's get into more messages. Those are just strictly channeled messages, but let's look at the cards. While I'm shuffling these cards, if you like the content of this channel, of my channel, and this message resonates with you, please give the video a thumbs up, comment below, let me know, tell me your story, and you can always email me as well if you want to like just share something with me. I'm open to hearing your story in that way as well. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing that so that we can stay connected and I can continue to bring you these messages hot off the press. I'm hearing from the word of the cosmos, of the universe, of the divine, of angels, whoever we're connecting with. I always set the intention to connect with the beings that are here for our highest good. Oh, and if you want to book a private reading with me or a tarot session or a spiritual guidance session, all the details to purchase that are in the description box below. The link will take you to my website if you're interested. Rest. I'm hearing rest. This person is in deep, again, introspection, resting, a resting phase, like not in they're growing, but they're also in an integration phase, which requires a lot of rest. And if you're a high priestess, you already know that when you go through an ascension, an awakening where you start to download more and more of your spiritual gifts start to open up, you need a little bit more rest. 444 on the timer. Sometimes other things in your life will sort of shut down. Things will get really quiet, and that's because you need that time to integrate the knowledge, the lessons, into your aura, into your auric field, into your energy, right? Okay, then that's what they're doing right now. Before they come forward, they really want to come forward in a new energy. They're showing me just somebody who's like humbled, who's elevated, who's sincere. Like you will recognize their sincerity. I feel like you might be worried about whether or not I'm hearing truth, like can I trust you, or are you telling me the truth, or something about truth. But you're going to be able to tell that they are more sincere. There's something about the eyes, their shoulders too, right? Powerful, but like the anxiety that they were coming, they're showing me like somebody before who was very anxious and who was very flighty, and even their eyes were darting all over the place and they couldn't really sit still. This is somebody who is now able to sit still. It's like they're coming towards you in a completely different, I'm hearing atmosphere, but energy. The atmosphere of the room, that's 555 on the timer, big changes. That's the atmosphere in the room is going to be different. Whereas before, maybe you, if you're empathic, you were feeding off of their energy. So when they were around, you got anxious, you got worried, you felt like you couldn't relax and sit down and just be calm, right? But it's like the two of you are going to be okay in uncomfortable silences kind of energy. The atmosphere in the room will be very different. There's going to be angels present during your reintroduction to each other. And they're saying reintroduction because they're new and you're new, right? You're both showing up in different energy bodies this time. A little more matched, evenly matched. This is like a straight channel session. Wow. Oh my God. And the Emperor showed up here. Your divine counterpart, if you're a divine feminine, right? Or this is you if you're a divine masculine watching this. Take it as it resonates, however you resonate with the messages, with the people, with the sides, right? 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, whereas before the 5 of Pentacles is underneath of that. So before, and then the 5 of Swords underneath of that. When you knew them before, they were in this mental state of lack, feeling unworthy, feeling not enough, feeling like they didn't measure up, feeling like they had nothing to offer you, and they're showing up with a lot more to offer, whether it's finances or stability, emotional stability, self-awareness with the Emperor, like ready to lead. The 10 of Pentacles is also about family, so this is like literally a masculine coming in to lead the family, lead the tribe, lead the path forward. Yeah, they want to, the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck, they're coming in with some sort of truth and clarity with the Sun card and the 6 of Wands. They want to bring you, yeah, okay, so hold on a sec. Four of Pentacles, the Fool card, and the 10 of Cups. This is like ultimate fulfillment, but we're moving from a state of holding back, of saving, of like not having enough to share even, to this like holding back energy, holding back their truth, holding back. I'm hearing like reckless abandon, like they want to come in. This is, yeah. Hold on, Aria's calling. Sorry about that. She's been sick for a few days. Okay, so they really want to come forward and talk to you. Something has dramatically ended in their lives and they were really anxious for a while, or maybe this is where they're at right now, or they're really anxious about coming forward. It's like they are watching you with the 6 of Wands on maybe your social channels. You bring so much light and joy to their lives. Every time they see you, wherever they do see you, you bring a smile to their face. Like they just love listening to you. They love watching you. They love knowing that you're alive in the world makes them feel good, just knowing that they are connected to you, knowing that they have been connected to you. It brings them so much joy, pleasure. I'm hearing like they just, you bring a light to their lives. They also want to bring you clarity. They want you to know how much they adore you, how much they see you, how much they resonate with everything that you say and do. 111 on the timer. I restarted the timer, but and they want to share that with you. They want to talk to you about it. They want to share with you all the new insights that they've gained into themselves and into the world. But they are holding back with the Four of Pentacles. And I feel as though they're holding back because they don't want to be reckless. They don't want with your heart, with your energy anymore. They want this beautiful life with you, whether it's love or work or friendship. They want to share experiences with you with the Ten of Cups, right? And the Page of the Fool. They were a fool. Like, they're still a fool for you. Like I wrote down, they're a fool for you, and they were a fool for you. Like they're sorry. I'm just seeing somebody who's saying, like, I'm so sorry for holding back. I'm so sorry for not being what you needed, and what you wanted. That wasn't their intention when things were happening, going down. I keep hearing like when they were going down before. There were a lot of their own anxieties and fears that were getting in the way, that caused this painful ending between the two of you. It wasn't, and it could have been you too. You guys might have been mirroring each other's energies, but there was a lot of anxieties and fears that caused some sort of a really painful ending between the two of you. They didn't know how to let go of control. They didn't know how to go with the flow. And this again could have been you two at the same time. You could be mirroring each other. If this sounds like you, right? But I'm channeling their energy, and that again could be because you're mirroring each other's energies. They really want to fight for you. We have the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck, Seven of Wands, and then underneath of that is the Ace of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Cups underneath of that. So they really love you. They see you as somebody who's very nurturing and caring. They have a lot of affection for you, someone who's very affectionate as well. They're just showing me tender. I'm hearing tender. They find you to be very tender, whereas a lot of other energies in their life, since the beginning of their lives, have been very harsh, and they love how tender and nurturing you are. Even when you're angry, they're showing me somebody who's like, even when you're angry, you're so soft at the same time in your anger. And you're not afraid to be vulnerable. Like, they're just showing me somebody who's not afraid to cry, who's not afraid to fall apart. And there's something about that really broke them down, but they didn't know how to deal with it when you were going through that before. They didn't know how to deal with the pain that they were causing you. They didn't want that to happen, but they didn't know how to do anything different, and they might have projected that onto you, saying that kind of making it your fault. But that's something that a narcissist might do, or someone who seems to be a narcissist, or someone who's been very wounded from their own lives. It's hard to acknowledge the pain that we cause in other people's lives. Not yet, honey. Give me a minute, please. She wants to come in and record something. I won't post her on social media, but at least not her face, but she really wants to do this stuff. She loves it. So she's been sick, so it's been harder to record these videos. Anyways, I want to do my best to bring these messages to you as much as I can. Ace of Wands here, the Devil energy after that. So we have the Ace of Wands, the Devil, I'll put it, and then the Three of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. So like I said before, and the King of Pentacles, we have the Emperor here. They've been working on showing up in this Emperor energy, in this King of Pentacles energy, especially when it comes to their finances, because we have the Five of Pentacles showing up earlier and the Ten of Pentacles. They really wanted to show up in a state of having nothing to having a lot more, or having everything, I'm hearing, but having more to offer you. They see the value in you, and they also see how much they want to show up for you, right? They want to provide for you. With the King of Pentacles and the Emperor, this is somebody who really wants to be a provider. This is somebody who wants to be stable emotionally, financially, energetically, right? They know their own demons. With the Ace of Wands, the Devil here, like I'll put these in the other order so when I show them, oops, the evolution of, they know now. Ace of Wands. They've been this is where they've been while in silence, while you guys have been separate, taking action to I want to say control their inner demons, but it's more about integrating. They're making friends with their inner demons, taking action on their own impulses, compulsions, addictions, behaviors, negative thinking, right? All those types of things. The people around them, the very toxic energies that they were allowing to be in their energy field, in their environment, including themselves, right? And because those wounded, toxic people that they were surrounding themselves with, people, places, and things, right? They were aligning themselves with those energies, not necessarily intentionally, but that's what naturally happens. When you surround yourself with a certain type of energy, you eventually start to resonate, and your frequency begins to mirror or match or synchronize with those energies that are around you. So it's very important for you and anybody to be careful about the energies that you surround yourselves with, people, places, and things. And set boundaries as much as you possibly can, and focus on your journey and your inward journey, but you're also your outward journey as well. First within, and then that will guide you on your journey without or throughout your life. So they've been focusing on that, detaching from those demons, whatever that is, right? Their darkness, their inner wounds, other people's wounds. They've been realizing, especially with the Seven of Pentacles, right? They're asking you to sort of wait while they continue to do this work, but they are realizing how much pain and suffering they have caused you, but also themselves. Whatever pain they caused to you, they're feeling tenfold, 10 times over, a million times over within themselves. And they're trying to forgive themselves, I'm hearing. They're really trying to forgive themselves and have compassion for themselves, because until they deal with those inner demons, they're not going to be able to show up and to integrate with you. They're not going to be able to be the partner that you deserve, because they're so afraid of themselves. And then when they're afraid of themselves, that's going to show up in your energy, and you will also be afraid of them. So they need to deal with that stuff first before they can come back into your life and show up in this new energy of the King of Pentacles and the Emperor energy. So King of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. We have Capricorn here strongly with the Devil card. Emperor's Aries. And we have the Sun here. So that's two divine masculine cards with the Emperor and the Sun. So this is definitely a reading about or for a divine masculine. If this is, I've been talking to the divine feminine or the feminine energies, but if you are the divine masculine watching this, this could resonate with what you've been going through, what sort of what's in your mind, right? As you're moving, trying to move back towards your I want to say your power, but this isn't just a love reading, right? This is about somebody who is really growing. 9:22 on the timer and 2:12 on the clock. My clocks have kind of synchronized a little. It's cool. I don't want to go too much further into this. Yeah, the Hanged Man is just sort of like, just wait for the unfolding process. Things are still unfolding, and I know that you might be in a rush, right? And some messages are like, these miracles coming in for Christmas, this person really wants you, they want to connect with you. Christmas time, there's a lot of nostalgia. New Year's, I find, is kind of that time when people call you, like actually call you when they're thinking about you because they haven't seen you in a long time. And especially if they don't have other people around, that's kind of like I find when most people call you. Christmas morning, maybe someone might text you and say like Merry Christmas, I feel, for some of you. But I feel New Year's as this like awakening of this connection, like in the 3D. New Year's Day, around New Year's, maybe the day before New Year's, something like that is possible just for some. Yes, okay. As I was saying that, I just saw this card popped out. Yes. just say yes. So yeah, definitely for someone's going to be contacting you Christmas Day, maybe Christmas Eve, in between Christmas Eve and New Year's Day, like the day after New Year's. I feel like it's in between that, but it's like around that time. They're thinking about it a lot though. Okay. Any other advice? Oh, you know what? Is there anything that the people watching, the collective watching, need to know about their own inner selves? Is there anything that within them, within you, that you need to work on or look at or kind of meditate on right now, so that you can be more aligned to your highest good when this person does eventually come in, when they're ready? I'm getting, for some of you, this might be a phone call that they do bring into you that is like, I love you, I acknowledge what I did and what I've done and who I was back then. I'm still working on myself and I'm not necessarily ready yet, but I wanted to touch base to let you know what's been going on. There's kind of that energy where, just to give you some peace of mind, I think that they feel like they need to give you some sort of peace of mind, but also knowing that, and be prepared that maybe that person is still not necessarily ready to integrate the way that maybe you want, and you guys know, right? It's like you have this innate inner knowing that there's something bigger between the two of you, whatever that might be. But they still have some work to do. And as I was talking about that, this card came out, Addict. So this person we had the Devil card coming out there, 222 on the timer. This person might have some issues around addiction that they're currently working through still. Maybe they were before, but they're actually actively working on it in a different way. If they're doing their step work, it's with a different intention, it's with a different level of awareness, it's with the right people around them that are going to help them move forward. Realizing that maybe it was some of the people, places, and things that were keeping them stuck, keeping them in a lower vibrational frequency. So even though they were trying to move forward, they weren't able to. They kept getting trapped or getting stuck. Light attribute helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Shadow attributes compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. So this could be you. This could be emotional addiction for you. 1313 on the timer. I do think has a lot more to do with them. But I feel as if with the Addict showing up here, and then, oh my God, and then King at the bottom. I just looked at that King at the bottom of the deck, the Emperor energy. So this is definitely the Divine Masculine, I think, dealing with these addictive issues. But they're doing it in a different way with King energy. And Scribe underneath of that, oh my God. So even Don Juan, so maybe they were a bit of a charmer before. Maybe they were a bit of a player. Maybe they had some issues around sex addiction that maybe you didn't necessarily know about, right? Or they're starting to realize that maybe that they're showing me an onion. So maybe like this person struggles with addiction, but realizing that, oh my God, this is an onion. It's not just one addiction. It's like all of these different layers of addiction, different coping mechanisms that they've used. No, honey, 1 sec, please. Different coping mechanisms that they've used to numb out that inner child, the inner wound that it caused so much anxiety, so much pain within them. Your light aggravated those demons, they're showing me, but at the same time, it's also the light that helped them see them and to move forward, to heal and integrate them. So you were like this catalyst of huge transformation for this person, whether they've told you that or not. I think that a part of your work right now is to understand addiction, understand where it comes from, have a little bit more compassion, obviously setting boundaries for yourself and detaching with love where you need to and where you can, but also, allowing the addict in your life, this person, this King energy, this Divine Masculine, who is a Divine Masculine, but they've been masquerading as a Don Juan, right? Because they didn't know themselves, because they didn't understand where they were acting from, which is this place of wounding. Okay, what else can I tell my people collective right now? I'm just saying, like, yeah, oh my God. I was hearing have compassion, and then we have the Virgin here, like the Virgin Mary. Light attribute, maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. Shadow attribute, fear of intimate union. So focus on your own fears, I'm hearing as well. Like what patterns have you repeated and don't want to repeat anymore? But I think mostly because I do, at the beginning of this, I saw you as this high priestess energy. You do have this like healing aura, and you can see people so clearly, so penetrate your gaze, you see into people and you penetrate through to their core, to their wounds, and that can really aggravate some people's demons. And if they're ready to heal and elevate and ascend and then meet you where you're at, then that's awesome. Some people might not be able to, or they might take more time, and that's okay. But for you, it's really important to have that compassion, stay in your heart space, connected with yourself, connected to spirit, connected to source, connected to whatever it is that you believe in, and having faith that things are changing, that you have made an impact on this person's life, and that you are this pure, loving, nurturing energy, Queen of Cups, Virgin, Mother Mary energy, and to hold space for your own inner child with love, but also hold space in your heart for this person. And then at the bottom of the deck, the Virgin came out, then God was at the bottom of the deck. So everything's happening in divine timing. Light attributes benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. Shadow attributes despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. But I think this is just like recognizing the eternal force here, recognizing God at play, recognizing the spiritual lessons that are happening for you and this person, and looking at the big picture, looking at this as if you were a God-like force, right? Looking at it from a bird's eye view at like how this has unfolded for the two of you since the beginning, before you met this person until today, even like your whole lives, your life, their life, all the mirroring that went back and forth, and how maybe this was all divinely orchestrated for your next segment, right? When you when you two do come back into union as these like more aligned versions of yourselves, more healed, more integrated, more stabilized, the message, the power of love and compassion and forgiveness and healing that you can bring to the world for your next phase, right? The next segment of this life or another life together. But I do feel as though it's this life. I think that you're probably in your midlife 30s, maybe 40s for most of you watching this. Maybe 50s on the later end, but mostly 30s, 40s I'm seeing heavily as well. And with that, my beautiful people, beautiful people around the world, thank you for being here. If this resonated, give it a thumbs up, comment below, let me know. If you want to book a reading or a spiritual guidance coaching with me, all the information is on my website. The link to get there is in the description box below. And subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. I would love to stay connected with you and help and guide you and all that. Thank you again, and I appreciate every single one of you. 2:22 on the clock right now. So that's, resonance, miracles happening, union, love, healing, peace, connectedness. Mwah. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.